South Carolina State Trooper Sean Groubert has been fired after video has been released of his interaction during a routine traffic stop. Now, he pulled over a man by the name of Levar Edward Jones. Apparently, he wasn't wearing his seatbelt.
Oh, Jesus.
Here's
he
how
in
it
a
all
gang?
played out.
Can I see your license, please? Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
I just got my license. You can't get my license. I grabbed my license right here. That's my license right there.
Put your hands behind your back. 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 Put your hands behind your back.
What did I do, son?
Are you hit?
I think so. I can't feel my leg. I don't know what happened. I just grabbed my license.
Rachel on 866, I need a 1052.
Why did you shoot me?
Well, you dove head first back into your car.
I'm sorry.
Then you jump back out. I'm telling you, get out of your car.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear 2 words, son. Ah.
What a fucked up world. He's saying I'm sorry to the cop
who just shot
He's
him.
apologizing to an incompetent police officer who just shot him. I'm not a cop. I don't have any friends who are. I have some friends who are cops, but they're not close. But I've watched a lot of cop television shows. And you have him step away from the car. You ask him, you don't. Yeah. He abandoned all police procedure, all training. This incompetent fuck.
Okay.
And then when the guy just on instinct, like a cop says, get your license, he's like, oh, well, my wallet's right here. I'll go get it. And so he shot him.
Because he's not a criminal. He's just a person responding to the police. Look how polite he was after he was shot.
First of all, I've been pulled over for not wearing my seatbelt. The cop did not have me step out of my vehicle. Okay. Why was he told to step out of his vehicle in the first place? I don't really understand that. And when his reaction to you asking him to show his license is to reach to get his license, you don't shoot. Like
Dove
you should
head first.
He didn't dive head first into the car. Is that? I mean, you're looking at the video. You don't need me to explain it for you. He was shot once in the hip, but you did hear 3 shots fired. And you're right, Ben. I think the most
He
disgusting.
kept shooting after his hands were up.
He kept shooting at the door. That's great.
This guy is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, he has been fired, okay? The cop has been fired, so there's a little bit of justice there, but he is facing criminal charges as well. He was charged with assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature, a felony which carries a penalty of up to 20 years behind bars.
Could be charged with attempted murder.
Yeah, just, look, I've never shot anyone, so maybe I don't understand how you respond, but he obviously thought the guy had a weapon or something, so he shoots at him. The guy falls away, has no weapon. If that guy had any understanding of what he did or remorse, there's nothing in that video to make you think that that exists. He just shot the guy, knows that what he did was completely and utterly wrong, doesn't seem to care whatsoever. He's still talking to the guy as if he's a criminal, and that guy did something wrong. The one who's on the ground because he was shot.
He did ask if he was hit, and then he did call the ambulance. But whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if he was super kind and polite afterwards. Like, I think
but he has no humanity in that video.
I don't know. I thought he was okay after he shot him, but who gives a shit? You shot him. I don't care. These guys live in terror. It's their job, but they live, I'm sure, like that's why he didn't follow procedure. That's why you never let someone reach back into their car. That's what cops are trained to do. So if the guy's out of the car and you say, where's your license? First thing you say is, step away from the vehicle, step away from the vehicle. You put him on the ground, you put the hand, and then you say.
But he had no reason to think that the guy was dangerous anyway. He stopped him for not wearing his seatbelt.
That doesn't matter though, but once you've got him, and you can't let a guy reach back into a car. But that's your fault.
I think you're both right.
It's the guy's fault. You can't let him, it's the cop's fault. You can't let him reach back into the car, and once you let him reach back in the car, he panicked.
Yeah. The thing is, if that had been Anna, and
that's
she
the
reached in, he would not have started firing. If it was an old white man, he would not have started firing. I totally understand that they live in a state of terror, but for whether he considers himself a racist or not, subconsciously he is primed to be terrified of a person who looks like that,
John,
and that's why he responded the way he did.
I agree with you completely. You and I we would have gotten yelled at.
Yeah.
You and I would have gotten scolded. Step away from the car!
Or at most, I would have been shot at once because of my hair. That's it. That's the extent of it.
Yeah, man, it's bad. It's bad. And the good thing is that they have the South Carolina, the state police, the state troopers have acted quickly, and they got rid of him. And he's facing he's facing some serious charges. He had to post $75,000 bond. What an incompetent idiot, man! You get who are they hiring? It's incredibly basic. Like again, you learn it on television. And then when you don't do it, you don't get to be like, oh, I fucked up step 1, so I'll just jump to step 9.
You don't get one shot
and
free.
shoot 3. That guy's, it's amazing that guy's not dead.
2 things.
Yeah.
So first of all, if there was no video here, it'd be he dove back in the car reaching for a weapon that I thought I saw.
Right.
So that happens all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a weapon. He dove. He said it on video. You dove back in the car when he didn't dive back in the car. And he really thinks he dove back in the car because he's a scared bitch. So after that happens, the story becomes whatever they want it to be. And I remember when Bill O'Reilly was talking about this, and he said the number of police killings of citizens is so minuscule compared to the arrests. And the ones, wrongful shootings, and of the ones that were rightful were things that happened because they, did things wrong. The person who was pulled over did the wrong thing. How many of these stories were actually just like this, but the story came out, oh, he dove back in the car as soon as I said step away, and he reached for his gun that I thought I saw, but we didn't end up finding anyway because it was never there. Yeah. These type of things happen because they can make their story up. They can't make up their story more. Now the result comes to more of this.
And for how many years before Rodney King, and since Rodney King, but if Rodney King is that moment where we finally saw what some cops were capable of, and the only reason anything happened there, those guys, they did that because, and they see how comfortable they are. There's all these other cops around and they didn't care. They're like, bang, take out a nightstick, take out a flashlight, let's beat the shit out of this unarmed guy who didn't obey our orders to pull over.
Yeah.
And then, so go back to where we're presumably less evolved in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s and the 50s. What did they, how many things went on? How many things went on? And yet we're still trained. I'm still trained. I still read a quote from a police officer who says, well, the guy reached for his gun, and I still instinctivly think, well, I guess the guy reached for his gun because it's still a position of authority.
Totally.
Yeah.
We still do it.
You're raised on it.
Yeah,
and number
on it,
2,
right?
you know what? Arrest this guy, fire him. Okay, fine, this is 1. Now you need to go and completely overhaul and retrain your entire police force on this kind of thing to do. When you see, I looked like the guy was black, I don't even know. When you see a citizen, don't assume that they're dangerous and going to kill you. If you have that mindset, send them through a psychological test to see if they're mentally capable of handling a tense and stressful situation. If they can't, this is the wrong job for you. It's just the wrong fucking job. There's enough of the whole, let's get rid of that guy after he killed someone. Let's get rid of the next guy after he killed someone. Let's fix this before it happens over and over again. Address that you have a problem with a certain group of people in this country, and you need to rethink the way you approach it.